All right, let's get rolling. So, a little bit of non-Ukraine news. A video was released today. It got leaked to the newspaper, the Austin American Statesman, which is a good paper here in the U.S. And it is video of the school where the mass shooter occurred or shot about a week and a half ago. As always in America, simply saying the mass shooting from a week and a half ago isn't enough to explain because we've had too many. This was at somebody told me it's Uvalde? I don't even know. I called it Uvalde by the Spanish name, however you pronounce it in Texas. School, 19 kids were killed, 2 teachers. This is the one where the police waited outside for over an hour, did nothing. Uvalde, okay. Did nothing. Well, the video out today really has people upset because the police, remember the police? I don't know whether all of you have been facing it or following it as closely. The police claimed that, the doors were locked. The doors were locked at the school. They couldn't get in. They had to wait for someone with the keys. They couldn't get in. And it took like 45 minutes or an hour until they actually were able to get inside the building, right? And all this kind of BS. Well, the video comes out and we see in the video that the shooter comes into the school, runs down the hall, goes into a classroom, starts opening up fire, okay? Starts opening up fire within about 2 or 3 minutes inside the school. 3 minutes later, the police are in the school, not doing anything, just not doing anything. And I've got like the whole timetable here. It's really offensive. Bottom line, I mean, I'll give the synopsis. I'll see if I can find the images fast. But the police waited an hour and 10 minutes after they were inside the school to do anything. Meanwhile, these kids were being executed. At one point, about 48 minutes into the period that the police were just sitting on their asses inside the school, they heard more gunshots from the room. So he was killing more people. And the police still didn't do anything for another like 20 minutes. It is outrageous what this video showed. I mean, really outrageous. I don't even need to go through the separate pictures. And I mean, again, the cowardice of these police, the protocol, and then we'll get to Ukraine next, but the protocol for these mass shootings in schools is now that you go in immediately and you get in there, okay? You get in there. That's how you do it. And what these guys did, they arrived, they didn't do anything. They just didn't do anything for an hour and 10 minutes. That's not what you do. But also, as I said, they freaking lied about it. They claimed they couldn't get in. They were there within 3 minutes of the guy entering the school. The cops were inside. They lied. I mean, they lied about everything. It's really, anyway, you get it. But I did a video on TikTok about it because it's important that people see this kind of stuff because it's really, like I said, just outrageous. Anyway, jumping back to Ukraine, good news from Ukraine. Ukraine today destroyed another 5 Russian ammunition depots, ammunition storage, presumably using the HIMARS, which is the weapon system, the rocket system the U.S. provided them. Just to give you a little more detail, since the trolls come on and go, that's not true. The ammunition depots were in Luhansk, Chernobivka, Mahivka, and Horlivka, both in Donetsk, Horlivka, and Kaplinka in Kherson. Now, they destroyed 6 ammunition depots yesterday, which was absolutely amazing. And Ukrainian officials said a strike by the HIMARS rockets, which are the new rockets we provided, a strike by the HIMARS rockets last week on a military base and ammunition depot in the Kherson region used by Russia's 49th Army, killed as many as 100 Russian service members, they're now saying, and wiped out an anti-aircraft installation. And the latest news today is another town, just as I came on with you guys, another town, Nova Kakhovka, is on fire and it's burning. Presumably, it's the HIMARS. Presumably, it's probably another ammunition dump, which is hard to believe because Nova Kakhovka got lit on fire the other day when the Ukrainians bombed it just a few days ago. So they bombed it again. Anyway, kind of amazing the job the Ukrainians are doing. So good for you guys. What up? Some bad news. The European Commission caved. The Europeans are caving on the sanctions already, and they've decided that Lithuania must. Oh, you people are out of your minds. You know what I'm in favor of, Mr. Troll? Are you in favor of the U.S. sending billions into Ukraine instead of helping the U.S. people? I'm in favor of Congress passing the $3 trillion aid bill for the American people that the Republican Party killed. That's what I'm in favor of. Did you vote for the Republicans? Because if you did, you need to call Congress and find out why they killed $3 trillion in aid for the American people. So don't give me your bullshit about where the money's going and how, you know, you're so oppressed. If you cared about the American people, you'd be voting for Democrats. So go away. So the European Commission. So Kaliningrad. I told you guys before about Kaliningrad. I've shown you my wonderful little picture here. Kaliningrad. Hold on, let me go to my favorites. I've got it there. Favorites. Here it is. So Kaliningrad is this little province of Russia. Oh, that's that was cute. The little hearts there is a little province of Russia. It is that little red circle there. I'm showing these guys first. That little red circle, and you'll notice that it's bordered by Lithuania and Poland, and that in order to get to Russia, like by train, for example, you've got to cross Lithuania. Right? Show you guys too. There's Kaliningrad. Right? Notice how Lithuania and Poland border it. And then Russia, which is all the way off to the east and to the right. Imagine coming from Russia by train. You've got to cross Lithuania. Well, Lithuania a few weeks ago stopped the trains and said only trains that do not contain sanctioned goods can come across Lithuania. That is what the sanctions say. The sanctions say sanctioned goods cannot transit any territory of a country that is abiding by the sanctions, like Lithuania. So Lithuania said, bring all the trains you want back and forth to your province, but you can't transport sanctioned goods. Russians had a conniption fit. They threatened everybody. They threatened the EU. The Germans, of course, were, according to an article a few days ago, were especially concerned about this because, God forbid, you know, and lo and behold, the European Commission just came out today and ordered Lithuania to let the Russian trains go and let them transit the goods. Now, just to make clear what was going on here, the Lithuanians responded and said that Lithuania's foreign ministry said in a statement the earlier rules that blocked many sanctioned cargoes from transport to Kaliningrad were, quote, more acceptable to Lithuania. And they went on to say Kaliningrad transit rules may create an unjustified impression that the transatlantic community is softening its position and sanctions policy towards Russia. And Lithuania would be correct, because what's happening now is the Europeans got cold feet. Putin threatened them, and they turned around and decided to give Putin a concession. Now, why give Putin a concession? I don't know, right? He's still committing genocide. He just cut off gas to Germany. And what actually, that's probably why. I think he cut off gas to Germany as an effort to sort of one-up things here. The Germans freaked out. I mean, they've been freaking out. And the Germans freaked out even more, and they caved. So now we officially have the Europeans already cutting back on their sanctions to Russia, and unilaterally in exchange for nothing other than, I'm guessing, Putin promising he's not going to get mean to them. It just pisses me off. It's really obnoxious. Some good news from Germany. The German deputy finance minister says that Germany will stop buying Russian coal on August 1st and Russian oil on December 31st. So that's good. Ukraine sort of had an announcement about peace talks. The foreign minister said they have nothing to discuss with Russia at the moment. Foreign Minister Kuleba was on CNN and said there are currently no talks between Russia and Ukraine because of Moscow's position and continuing aggression. Ukraine's objective in this war is to liberate our territories and restore our territorial integrity and full sovereignty in the east and the south of Ukraine. This is the end point of our negotiating position. So good for them. More tea. The EU announced that they're not going to, thank you there. Who was that? Miss Mickey? No, that wasn't Miss Mickey. Who was that? Trying to see the little thing come across here. It's not showing me who put that. Sorry. I see L did a hat and mustache. Not seeing the other one. Come on, TikTok. You got to give me more than this. All right, TikTok's not showing me who just put that up there. So thank you, guys. The EU, the European Union will not recognize Russian passports issued to Ukrainian citizens in occupied territories. The EU Foreign Affairs chief said that Putin's decree to simplify the procedure for all Ukrainians to obtain Russian citizenship is yet another flagrant violation of Ukrainian sovereignty. Now, what Putin is doing is, as always, you know what, guys, remember, word got out to the Russian trolls that they had to come in here and go after us because this is working. So be proud that you're part of the community that the Russians know about and can't stand. So hats off. We just had to kill another troll over on TikTok. That's why I said that. The Russians have, for a while now, been giving out free passports to, Ukrainian citizens, collaborators, basically, and trying to claim they're Ukrainian. They gave 1 million passports, were distributed in parts of Donetsk and Luhansk, which are the two easternmost provinces that Russia's trying to get a hold of. They've already grabbed pretty much all of Luhansk, and now they're trying to get Donetsk now, right? And they gave away 1 million passports in that region since 2019, in just the last 3 years. And a big part of the reason they're doing it, probably the reason they're doing it mainly, is so they can claim that these regions are Russian, right? Of course they're Russian. Of course they need to annex them because everybody's Russian. Now, the other thing they're doing is it allows them to do what they did this time and give them a BS, I know my voice is terrible today, give a BS reason for why they're invading. That they can say, oh, we're invading because there's 1 million Russians in danger in those provinces, right? This kind of, it's all of this cute circular logic they use to justify their lies. So anyway, good to see that the EU is saying they're not going to recognize the passports, which is great. A Belarusian, this was kind of a good story. The Ukrainians are still checking this out to see what the guy's story is. But a Belarusian border guard snuck into Ukraine reportedly to help fight Russia. Grandma Holly, thank you for the confetti. The border guard, who was detained on July 12th for illegally entering Ukraine, said that his goal was to join Ukraine's armed forces and fight against Russia. The information is currently being verified, after which a decision will be made regarding his fate. So pretty cool if that's actually what's going on. But, again, who knows, but pretty cool. I don't have bourbon. I do have rum, though. The only thing is I don't really like, if I were to start sipping pure liquor, I would be on the floor in like 5 minutes, which I'm sure Nathan would love to see, but I don't think I would want to do that. Washington Post. Russia is refusing to refusing to return 400 leased aircraft that it grabbed from Western companies when they pulled out of Russia. Out of 515 aircraft leased by Russian companies. Oh, I'm sorry. These were aircraft that were leased by the Russians from the West. Out of 515 aircraft, lessors, the companies that were leasing them, have been able to get back only 80 of the 515 aircraft. Russian airlines cannot fly to Western countries due to the sanctions. In March, Russia started implementing a law that seeks to bypass the sanctions by allowing planes leased from abroad to be registered in Russia. And they've been basically just grabbing the planes. What was going on here? Oh yeah, Russia's once again forcing more Ukrainians to go to Russia. They're giving them no choice in the occupied territories to go anywhere else but to Russia. In other words, if there's no food, if there's no water, no choice. They're making them go there. So we've got another story of this happening. This time, the occupied city of Popasna in Luhansk region, so the region far to the east. And the mayor there says that anybody leaving the city is being forced into Russia. They're not allowed to go anywhere else in Ukraine. And, excuse me, I mentioned this before. I'll get some hot water too in a second because that'll help too. That I put up a story a while ago from a guy that was in Mariupol, the really scary city that was getting bombed by the Russians forever. Remember Mariupol here? And he said that when he was, oops, my mic, how did my mic come off? I don't know how I took my mic off. I had it on. That was weird. Sorry, I think it fell off or something. It was totally bizarre. He had said that, the guy that sent me his story was leaving Mariupol and said that the only way out of Mariupol, they had to literally swim in water and everywhere else. But once they got out of Mariupol, the Russian troops wouldn't let them go anywhere else other than to Russia. And he said 85% to 90% of the other refugees he was with didn't even know they were being forced to go to Russia. And that really jives with the rest of the information we're getting here. Thank you, Louis, for the coral. That so many, upwards of 2 million of the Ukrainians that have been sent to Russia went there against their own will, and 200,000 children, which is horrific. But, that's just another story of them doing this, basically. Thank you, Iggy Woman. And the final thing, and then I am gonna get hot water here. The final thing is the grain talks between Russia and Ukraine and Turkey are allegedly advancing. And call me skeptical as hell. These talks are about Ukraine getting rid of the mines. So Ukraine's pretty much only major port they've got left is Odessa right here, okay? The Russians have stolen everything else, and they already stole this back in 2014. So the Russians stole everything else. The Ukrainians have still got Odessa. And what the Ukrainians did to protect Odessa is they've set up mines in the water here. So the Russians can't send their ships and attack Odessa, or they'll get blown up, right? Thank you, Netlin, for the galaxy. Well, the discussions about how, if anything, the Russians will permit the Ukrainians to let their ships go from Odessa full of grain without the Russians blowing them up, and without the Russians, mind you, attacking Odessa, right? The discussion is the Ukrainians would have to get rid of the mines, the Russians would have to promise not to blow up the Ukrainian ships, and they would have to promise not to use the opportunity of the mines being gone, right? All the mines go, the Russians, oops, thank you, Mr. Butts there. They would have to promise if the mines go here, they're not going to go from here and invade Odessa. Well, I'm seeing Ukrainians online talking about saying, there would have to be security guarantees. What security guarantee? There is no security guarantee. What? There's going to be a security guarantee that if Russia decides to take advantage of the situation and invade Odessa, what? We're going to go to war? Really? No one's going to war over Ukraine. We already know that, right? It's a done deal at this point. Obviously, none of us are. Biden has said a gazillion times there's no way we're going to war over Ukraine. And you think France and Germany sure as hell aren't, right? The Brits, But there is no security guarantee. They take down that minefield, the Russians are going to invade and take Odessa. It's worth it. It kind of blows my mind. Maybe the Ukrainians are talking about this just to, be good partners about it. Thank you, Flowers, for the fireworks. But it just really bothered me. That seemed just kind of insane. All right, that's the end of the news I've got. Give me a second here. I've got to get hot water because this is just too much. My voice wasn't this bad, but it started going weird in the afternoon, I noticed. Whew, man. All right. 1 second, guys. All right. Boom. All right. All right. Oops. Oops. Try this way, maybe. Yeah. All right. I'm using my new handy dandy water boiler from Tyson Ann. Whew, it's loud, but it's trustworthy. So we shall see. Oh, here we go from John Hoover. The other, John says, let me get my glasses. The other issue is maritime insurance. No one is going to insure the ships and their cargoes in a war zone. Actually, that's a good point too. Yeah. Now, the only thing I will say, oh, is she back there? I didn't see. Oh yeah, she's sleeping in her bed back there. You guys can have a little look. If you look on the, although my chair's probably, or that chair's in the way. Now you can see. She's in the bed, on her little bed on the floor and back. What I'd be curious about, John Hoover, is how did those 16 ships arrive yesterday in Odessa that are coming through the canal, the Danube Canal, right, through Romania? How are they, oops, something in my eye. How are they coming through? That's what I'm not understanding. You know? I mean, they're getting through somehow. Not they're getting through, but they're getting through there. I mean, they must have insurance, right? I mean, they're not going without insurance. I'm a disaster today. Now I've got something in my eye too. Oh God, I'm telling you, it's like, well, they're hugging the coast. But my question wasn't that. My question was, how are they getting insurance? Because without insurance, these people tend not to do their thing. Let me see here. PB&J says, what happens if Lithuania says no to the European Commission decision and continues to adhere to their current policy of no access? Well, unfortunately, what I read today said that the European Commission was like ordering the Lithuanians, was ordering the Lithuanians. Thank you, Jesse, for that, to permit the transit by train. So I don't know how it goes. The Lithuanians are clearly not happy about that. But, what do you do? I'm not sure what you're asking, Seacrest. Oh, my water's ready, thankfully, courtesy of Tyson Ann. One moment. I don't think I'm going to make this into, well, I can make it into green tea. Hold on, I'll get green tea. I've got a decaf green tea that's pretty good. Let me see. Is this my decaf? No. Where is my decaf green tea? Hello, decaf green tea. Where are you hiding? One moment, guys. Where are you all hiding here? Come on, green tea. All right. Oops. Oh, that's my green tea. Yeah, that's my decaf. Oh, was I out of it? Almost. All right. 1 second, guys. I figure green tea is probably not a bad idea for my throat. It's got probably nice and healthy, at least, antioxidants or whatever it's got. All right. Yeah, let's see if that thing stays warm. All right. Put a little honey in here, and then I am back to you. All right. There we go. All righty. Oops. All right. Okay. Thank you for bearing with me while I try to save my throat. All right, microphone. There we go. All right. What else we got doing here? You can press and hold chat text to translate it, at least into English. Get out of here. Can you really? I've been trying to do it on my Google Chat. Is that actually true? You can do that? Don't make it too strong? All right. All right. Now I want to find somebody writing something in Ukrainian or something to test this out. Here we go. Oh my God. Okay, I touched translate. It didn't translate it. All right. Se bude Ukraina. It didn't translate it though. I'm undoing translation. Translation. Yeah, see, it's not translating it for me here. Let me see if I've got to use the smaller screen, which is annoying. Hang on, I'm testing the translation function here on Tiki-Taki. Let's see. Translate. Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is. You've got to, okay, it does work. Although I like to use the sliding screen that makes your comments much bigger. And using that, it doesn't work, but it does work on the smaller one. That's kind of cool. That's actually very cool with the translation feature. I like that. I like that. It is pretty cool. Yeah. 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 TikTok doesn't work here. That's pretty neat. All right. Yeah, check it out, John Hoover. I'm just curious about that, right? How they're doing it. Oh, no. Prexis says maybe Lithuania can have a period of unexpected railway maintenance. No, it's not unexpected. It's regularly scheduled maintenance. We're having scheduled maintenance for the next 10 days. Actually, that would be freaking brilliant. That would be absolutely freaking brilliant. We're having scheduled maintenance. Oh my. Yeah, the translation thing's pretty cool. It's nice to see because on TikTok, well, here too, but on TikTok, we get a lot of Ukrainians coming in and they'll write stuff and I have to use my phone to translate or whatever. I didn't know you could just click it, which is really neat. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I did see the Sri Lankan president getting run out of town. I'm not up on the situation. I'm assuming it's a good thing, but I'm not up at all on what the situation is. I know somebody should call Lithuania and tell them we come up with a solution. Scheduled maintenance. Because the European Commission can't complain about scheduled maintenance. Thank you, Kanowski, for that. All right, what else we got? All right, guys, hit me with your questions. Sip of tea. Okay, a little hot, but that's good for my throat. Yes, Lithuania. I'm sorry. Blake writes, Blake writes, put up a sign that says Lithuania is closed. I love that. That would be hilarious. Lithuania is closed. You are a liar. You are a liar, Jason. You are a liar. Use your, is it articles, I think? Use your articles. I know you guys don't do that in Borisland, but the rest of us do. It'll make you sound much more intelligent and much less, Boris and Natasha. Oh my. Yes, this is a very good cup that my sister got me from Amazon, which I was very cool. And the neat thing, my sister thinks these things out well. It has it on both sides because her concern was most mugs will have it on the side facing, if you're a righty, facing you, but it wouldn't have it on the other. And she wanted it so you guys could see it and I could see it. I was very well planned out here. My sister, like I said, is a good little planner here. So anyway, the New York thing is interesting. Ben's asking about New York City's little warning it put out yesterday, or suggestion on how they should handle nuclear war and all of that. Somebody said today in the comments, and it was a good point, whether New York got any kind of a warning. New York has its own intelligence team, actually, because they're such a huge city. I mean, oh my God, they're 10 million people. That what if they got some kind of a warning? What if they had an intelligence warning that that there was some kind of a terrorist threat and that potentially nuclear or something? I mean, if that were to happen, then New York does have to start telling people, okay, guys, at least you need to know how to respond to one. I don't know. It's possible. It's possible. Anyway, all right. Let me go and look at the questions here. Oops. Exactly. You stand with Ukraine, John, Sasha, and Star Trek. Now, there's another possible T-shirt. People keep coming up with good T-shirt ideas. All right. TikTok, Q&A. Nope. Any news on the supposed castration of Ukrainian soldiers? Not a lick. And as I was telling you guys, sometimes stories are just too, I was a little suspicious when I first heard it. There is nothing. Absolutely nothing. Yeah, no. Nope, nothing, which makes me think it wasn't true. It either wasn't true or, oh my God, that is John Hermosis. It either isn't true, or there's no way of confirming it. So I don't want to say it isn't true, but the story's gone. You know, the story's gone. When you guys aren't there, yeah, exactly. Actually, I talk to myself anyway. I live alone. People who live alone talk to themselves. You only realize it once you're visiting other people, and they're like, "You talk to yourself." You're like, "Oh yeah, I do." You know. Hang on here. Yeah, exactly, Praxis. You could just keep drawing it out very nicely. I don't know, Syndicate. I mean, Syndicate asked whether New York has to get permission from Biden. They certainly don't need permission. No. My guess is New York City would certainly check with the White House if New York City were going to put out some public service announcement about, hey, just telling you, here's how you survive a nuclear attack. They would have to check with the White House, just because the White House is going to look at this and say, wait a minute, is New York City putting this out because they know they got some intelligence, right, that says something's coming? So they wouldn't have to tell the White House, but as a courtesy and as a matter of security, they should tell the White House, because you don't want the White House freaking out thinking, does New York City just get some terror alert they're not telling us about? So I have not changed the temperature yet, but I'm sure that's coming. Thank you for those. Who was that? Me Handsome? You always crack me up with that one. I know Blue Bloods, right? We watch Blue Bloods for our education as to how these things work. And Style Cat as well. Thank you. All right, let me go back to another one here. Malcolm Nance is back for his book tour. Excellent. Any chance? I'm going to approach Malcolm again. He owes me, because I was nice enough to let him go when he was too busy. But I've got to try to get Malcolm again to come on the show. That would be a great idea. Why does Ukraine want to charge Canada? I don't know what that means. Did you see Russians are allegedly dressing up like Ukrainian aid workers? No, but I wouldn't be surprised. Interesting. I wonder what purpose they're doing that. You know what I mean? Meaning, what are they doing with that? Actually, Syndicate, you laugh. Hold on. Syndicate says that's how you design. Thank you, Louis. That's how you design a cup. You have the design on both sides of the mug. Let me show you, smarty pants. It's not always the case. Oops. Where are you hiding? Where are you hiding here? Oops. My little mug is hiding. Where did it go? Oh, here it is. There it is. My favorite mug, well, my second favorite mug. My favorite mug is my mug from Edinburgh, Scotland. But my second favorite mug is, see, nothing on this side. The Americans will know. This is Boris and Natasha, who I told you about earlier. The cartoon that we had as a kid, and these were the evil villains. This was of the late 1960s. The evil villains in the kids' cartoon were Boris and Natasha, who were evil Soviet spies trying to kill moose and squirrel. I love this mug, but it bums me out because I can see it, which is nice, but otherwise I'd use it for you guys to show you. But I laugh because we have talked about Boris and Natasha on the show. Yep, Rocky and Bullwinkle. No, I got to hate Russia because I really can't stand dictatorships and I can't stand genocide. It was a pretty simple step from there. Once Russia imprisoned half of Eastern Europe for half a century, it was pretty easy to start saying, you know what, maybe these aren't the best people on the planet. I don't think so. And then of course, right now they're committing genocide. So there's that little reason too that a lot of people don't like Russia. Maybe, just maybe, the reason that the whole world doesn't really like Russia isn't because of Russophobia. Maybe, just maybe, it's because you guys keep committing genocide and the world not a fan of genocide. I mean, Syria, North Korea, a couple other countries are, your allies. But the rest of us, thank Miss Mickey, and thank you, Harvey. I did see that, but I was in the middle of my rant, so I couldn't stop mid-rant. But, so yeah, give me a break. Why people hate Russia. I got news for you. Look in the mirror if you're trying to figure out why people hate Russia. You're a despicable country, absolutely despicable country with a rather despicable history as well. I mean, you did well in the war with our help after you were friends with the Nazis for 2 years, and then the Nazis turned on you, and suddenly you weren't friends with the Nazis because the Nazis turned on you. But after you got over your friendship with the Nazis, you did a pretty good job in World War II. After we helped you, of course, because we provided you with all the planes and all the vehicles and all the weapons. But you still did it kind of like Ukraine, actually, I will say, just like Ukraine. You get credit, but we funded it. So there you go. Actually, different than Ukraine, because the Ukrainians have kicked it, because clearly the Ukrainians are able to kick Russian ass. So the Ukrainians are actually a little better than the Russians in that regard. Anyway, I know Harvey defected and went over to TikTok first. It's like having my screens connected. First I had Harvey over there, then I had Harvey over here. Oh my. Well, that's another point too, exactly. We should not, I almost made that mistake myself. Never give Russia credit for World War II. The Soviet Union fought in World War II. Russia did not fight Russia fought as much as Ukraine fought, as much as Kazakhstan fought, as much as Tajikistan and the Baltic states and everybody else, right? Everybody fought in World War II. It was the Soviet Union. So, Russia likes to claim credit, but as we've seen, Russia ain't so good at fighting wars after all, are they? So maybe that World War II thing wasn't quite Russia anyway. Thanks, Crusher. Actually, 25% of the Soviet army was Ukrainian, by the way, a figure I learned doing these broadcasts. And kind of makes you wonder if it wasn't the Ukrainians kind of carrying all the Russians' water in World War II. Maybe all those victories happened because they had 25% Ukrainians. Think about that. They didn't have Ukrainians. Not so sure Russia would have won that, but what do you do? That's exactly what I'm saying. Ukraine may have won World War II for the Russians because God knows they can't figure out how to fight themselves. What else we got here? Oh, funky. Okay, sorry. I'm listening to my tea kettle that Tyson got me. When you leave it on, it reheats itself occasionally. I'm very impressed that it's doing this. I don't have whiskey, and I don't like whiskey is the thing. I can't stand whiskey. Also, I'm a lightweight. If I put liquor in my drink to try to help my throat, there ain't no way I'm doing it and coming on this show because I'm going to be like, I'll fall. You guys think I yawn enough during these shows? Imagine what I'd do if I had any liquor in my glass. I'd be yawning like nonstop. Do you think Ukraine can retake Crimea? Excuse me. Someday. Oh, Poltavi. Привіт, Poltavi. Somebody's welcoming us from Poltavi. Now, where is Poltavi in Ukraine? I'm assuming Ukraine. I can Google and see. Let me see here. Poltavi. Poltava. Excuse me, Poltava. Because, right, you have the declensions. I drink, but I don't drink. I drink. I just don't drink a lot. Poltava. Poltava, but I'm forgetting Poltava's on my t-shirt. So hang on. Come back to you guys here. Poltava, where our visitor is from, is right here on the t-shirt. So away from the war zone, so to speak, over here. Now, it's not away from anything because this is Kremenchuk, where the Russians bombed the hell out of and have been bombing the hell out of. But that's where Poltava is from our guest on TikTok. And of course, because of the crazy declension of nouns, it's Poltavu. Was it Poltavu or Poltavi? I haven't done opera warm-ups, but I'd actually read that could help. That warming up your throat isn't a terrible idea. I mean, my problem, as I said, I'm convinced that my allergies are doing this. It's terrible. They're just killing my not killing my voice, but just making it raspy. Yep, exactly. I found it, John. I found it on my t-shirt map. Oh God, fine. I'll buy some brandy. I don't even like brandy, but I'll buy some brandy. Oh, Tip Top, welcoming us from Kyiv. We got all the Ukrainians coming in here today. Welcome, Tip Top. Привit. Yeah, I'm convinced it's my hay fever. All right. I can find another question. Well, I'll message my doctor and ask him if I got to come in or not. Ruh-roh. Elise, what did I do? What did I do? Hang on. Whoa. Live access removed. Are you kidding me? Oh, they did it again. They did it again. Oh, they did it again. They banned me again from live access. Unfreaking believable. Hang on, guys. We're going to go through this all over again now. Unfreaking believable. Enough Russian complained, and this is what they do all freaking over again. Unbelievable. Oh, I hate these people. I freaking hate these people. Yeah, permanently banned due to frequent violations of the guidelines. Got to be kidding me. They did it again. They did it again. What the hell is this? 1 second. Okay, this is weird. Hang on. All right, I'm trying to figure out how to even get into my account here. Unfreaking believable, these people. The same freaking thing. And of course, it's after the Russians came back and just inundated us again. Oh, I fucking hate them. I absolutely freaking hate them. God damn it. Of course it's the Russians. Right when we get swarmed by the Russian trolls. And TikTok does it again. Unbelievable. Hang on, guys, obviously. One second here. Jesus Christ. Okay. Oh, hold on. Email sent to. I've got to verify here. Hold on a second. Oh, God. Absolutely unbelievable. I'm so pissed. I'm so pissed. They did it again. Hold on. I'm trying to find they're supposed to send me a code. Let's see if it lets me back into my account. It kicked me out of my account as well, which has me very suspicious. But yeah, they banned me for life again from the lives again. Here we go. Unfreaking believable. No, that's my backup account. Hang on, I'm trying to get into my other account here. All right. Sorry. Let's try this one. Okay, really? What is this? Hold on. Go back. What is this doing? Oh, it's got me signing up. Log in. All right. Oh, God. Oh. Sorry, guys. We may be done for the night at this point. Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to get back in. All right, I'm back into the account. That's good. Yeah, it's going to block me as soon as I try to go into the live. Just watch. Just watch. I'm sure it's going to tell me I can't do lives. Yeah. Just watch. Well, actually, let me try something else. Let me try to just go live and see what happens. I don't think it's going to let me. It let me go live again. Okay, that's crazy. Let's see if it's actually, it's notifying people. Okay, that's really weird. That's crazy. It came back up. Okay, hi everybody. That was just freaking weird. Okay, that was very weird. Oops, mirroring. That was very weird. TikTok just gave me a notice that I was banned for life from going live again. Except I thought, you know what? Let me just try to start it up again, and it let me start up again. I don't know what the hell's going on. Well, clearly the Russians reported me again, and they report in mass and they say the worst things, and then TikTok listens to them. But that's very weird and has me a little bit worried, because this is what happened last time. They kicked me off a few times, and then TikTok banned me for a week, and I had to raise such hell that I finally got back on. I mean, the good news is, I will say this, the good news is when they keep banning people like this, eventually they do get back on. I mean, pretty much everybody they banned has been back. Remember they did this to Sasha for a while? The guy Sasha that you guys were talking about, whose mother had the story about the soldiers being castrated. They banned him for like a week, and then he got back. But I mean, Jesus Christ. Yeah, if somebody wants to maybe on TikTok just keep telling people what happened, because otherwise I've got to keep repeating it as the new people come in. You'd think, well, the only thing that's weird with TikTok is you'd think I had a thing on my note for a couple months. Because remember when I came back in, suddenly never had this problem with live, and suddenly didn't have any of my videos disappear. Now, almost every day, thank you, Grandma, almost every day I'm getting a video disappearing, and I'm having to submit an appeal. And the weirdest part is twice now, they've come back from the appeal and told me, oh yeah, your video's fine. They made it live. A day later, somebody else came from TikTok and deleted my video. Like, not even giving me a chance to appeal. So somebody complained. They took the video off. They said, do you want to appeal? I said, yes. Within an hour, they checked it and said, your video's fine. One day later, the video's removed. Twice in the last week, they did this to me. I mean, man, unbelievable. Okay, I know. And I'm guessing that, Syndicate is under his breath saying, John, get the Discord done so we don't have to worry about this. And I worked today at sort of getting actually, I'll tell you guys now, why not? We're working on a Discord. Syndicate has been wonderfully helpful in setting it up for me. It's basically an area that we can go and chat as a community any time of day. Thank you, Kanowski, for that. No, I'm still going to keep doing TikTok. I'm still going to keep doing the YouTube, et ceteras. But I'm going to be doing Discord as well, where, for those who aren't familiar, it takes a little bit of a learning curve, but I figured it out, even though it confused me at first. Oops, my mic is on. Yeah, it confused me at first, but Discord really is an old-fashioned bulletin board. That's all it is. The bulletin boards from the 1990s, where, like, you'd write a post and it shows the beginning of your sentence, and then you'd click and you'd see who responded to me and who responded to them, and it's like nested like this. That's kind of what it is. It's a little different, but that's kind of what it is. And I just thought it would be nice to have a place people can go any time of day, because certainly the YouTubers, especially, not YouTubers, but all of you guys there, these folks love to talk more than I love to talk. Thank you, Grandma Holly. Love to talk more than I love to talk. And it gives people kind of a chance of somewhere to go. I'm going to set up, some free areas that people can talk. And if they want to help me out, there will also be, a VIP area, but VIP simply means I'm pretty sure it's going to be $5 a month for the VIP area, because I'm not giving financial advice, so it's not like I can charge $25 a month, obviously. I mean, as the beginning price, which is what financial sites will chew. But I think $5 is fair. And I'm still working on the categories, but what I'm thinking of is for the VIP area, I will be heavily involved in discussions on the VIP area. I will lightly look into the free area. I'll come by the free area, but the VIP area, I will absolutely, thank you, Patty, for those. I will absolutely, and Crusher for the dancing. I'll absolutely spend, a good deal of time in the VIP area. And then it kind of goes up from there. People who give more will have like a private get together amongst us once or twice a month. There will even be some there will be merchandise, but Syndicate's idea was to have some limited edition custom merchandise that only goes to the higher donors, which I thought was a neat idea too. Anyway, lots of different ideas, but the whole idea is there will still be a free aspect to the Discord so people can just converse, but we thought it might be nice. Actually, the other issue is the private area is going to be a lot harder for the trolls, because if the Russians want to pay me $5 a month a person, okie dokie, let them come all they want. But it'll probably stop a lot of the losers from coming, right? So that'll be nice too. I'm still very nervous about this TikTok thing. This is exactly what happened last time. For about a week and a half, I was getting these notices. It would kick me off. I'd come back on. It was just this whole weird thing. And it's because they're reporting. And my guess is, I don't know how you report lives. Can you actually, you must be able to report a live, right? Can you report it? I think. But I've got the backup. I set up a backup account on TikTok too, so I can go live there. And the watch it, Matt, because you're going to get kicked off if you're being serious. You're totally going to be kicked off next. I've got the backup just in case. And what else were we saying? I don't know. Oh, but that's a whole other reason to create the Discord too, because it's just not safe. TikTok canceled the live and gave me a message saying I was permanently banned from ever doing lives again, which is the same crazy message that they gave me last time they banned me for life for no reason, because the Russian trolls were, that's what you do. Okay. Because you know what? Do me a favor and hold the screen and hit report. Actually, let's see if I can do it. I want to see what categories. It doesn't let me do it, but I'm curious what categories, because I'm the moderator, what categories it gives you to report people. Just curious, because my suspicion is they're reporting something awful, and that way it makes it really hard for TikTok. Just basically, 10 different people say you've got the really scary stuff right in your live, you're unclothed and all of this, and if 10 or 20 people say it, that's exactly what Syndicate is saying. They report you for not having clothes, and 10 or 20 people or 30 people do it, then that's somebody. If somebody can just if somebody who's got my email can screen cap it, I'd rather not give my email out again. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, Ashley's doing it. Ashley's going to send it to me. Okay. But yeah, no, I think that's what it is. I don't have it in here yet. But they report you, and it's something so heinous that they just ban you right away, because if enough people reported you, what do you do? Well, there's nothing to help right now. Okay, here you go. Here you go. Check this out. Check this out. I'm going to show these guys first. This is what I got. See, that's what's so freaking weird. I got this, so I simply went and pushed the plus button to start a live, and I got the live. Here, you guys can check it out too. This is the actual message I got from them. Hateful behavior. That's exactly what I got last time. Yeah, that's what I got last time. That's what the Russians claimed last time. Yeah. The other thing is, it would really help if TikTok had real people you could contact. Well, let's see. I can contact the help people again, because this is the same bullshit that happened last time, and the Russians are going to do it again. It's awful. It's awful. Well, I mean, the thing is, it's entirely possible that this is happening because TikTok just hasn't created a platform that can handle being played by the Russians. So not just the Russians. Let's face it, guys. as we head towards the elections too, you're going to see people on the far right that are doing the same thing. And you're going to get people, oh my God, a Russian is sitting here going, yeah, blame it on the Russians. Dude, you're a freaking Russian. You're Russian. I think they didn't like my haircut. That's what I'm saying. The haircut's a little too hot and the Russians got pissed. That's it. And I speak the truth too, but I think it's because I'm too hot for the Russians. Let's face it, not as inbred over in Greece as, that Russian nobility was. That's all I got to say. that whole hemophilia thing wasn't a problem in Greece. All I got to say, we got the good genes. Oh, well. It might help if they verified me. People would still complain, but they've got to give somebody thank you, Inspired Woman. They've got to give us some kind of a contact that we can reach out to people. You don't like my shirt. My shirt is the Ukrainian. Oh, they don't like, I'm sorry, you're right. The Russians don't like my shirt. Sorry, Purnell. I thought that was you. I'm like, you like my shirt? Exactly. The Russians don't like my shirt. Oh no, the Russians. I'm telling you guys, it was absolutely fascinating. You're a joke. I doubt you're an American because it's your, Y-O-U''RE, okay? If you're gonna come on here and spew hate, learn to speak goddamn English, okay? Come on, at least speak some English. God, you support a white supremacist and you don't even speak English? Jesus, people. Have some pride in your work. Of course, the shirt includes Crimea. You jest. Would I wear a shirt that doesn't include Crimea? Please. Who do you think you're talking to? Who do you think you're talking to? I don't hate Russians. I didn't say I hate Russians. I don't hate Russians at all. I said they claimed we hate Russians. And I said, well, you're saying people hate you. Why do you think people hate you? And we talked about the genocide and everything else that's pissing people off. I didn't say I hate Russians. I like Russians. I've got some Russian friends. I don't hate Russians. I can't stand the Russian government, and I think too many of the people support their government, but that's a lot different, I know Google Maps does play a little game with Crimea. I thought I remembered that. Yeah. Oh, I know. A lot of Americans don't, but LaShawn, a lot of Americans don't know the difference between there, and there. I just like to throw to the trolls because he could be a troll American. Could have been a troll American, but hard to say. How do you say? Okay, that made me laugh. Oh my. Hold on, I'm taking a picture of this one so I can show you guys over here. Look at the question she put in the middle, like I'm going to answer that one where you can barely see it. I think you should be able to get a decent enough chance. The third one in the middle by NBC. I'm like I'm going to answer that one. All right, miss some super chats. Sorry, it's been a very strange evening. Let me go back and find the super chats. They're going to do it again. They're going to do it again. This is exactly what happened last time. Happened several times in a row. Ryan, he hired a lawyer? That's interesting. Although who the hell would the lawyer contact? All right, hold on. I'm still trying to find the God, where are they? Oops, I'm scrolling back to find the super chat and not finding them. Maybe they were from a while ago, right before. Yeah, they must have been around the time I got kicked off. All right, hold on. I'm still scrolling back because I didn't see them and then they really flew by. All right, hold on, guys. Trying to find the super chat questions. Oh, there we go. Tyson Elise was there. Oops. Let me see. Was there anybody else besides Tyson and Elise that I missed here? Although I thought Elise's we just did. Maybe Elise had another one. Okay, I don't think there was another one. Let me do those two at least. Oh, Tyson, I'm glad you. I'm just laughing because every 10 minutes the little water goes on, and I hear it's keeping the water warm, which is actually very cool. No, I'm finding it's very interesting. I mean, I'm finding it very useful, and I already used it for. What did I use it? I thought I used it for something else too. I don't recall, but for tea, I've definitely used it a couple times now. I haven't been a huge tea drinker, but for this stuff, Elise. Could there be a connection between the European Communion or European Commission suddenly relenting on applying sanctions in Lithuania and the progress in Turkey on moving grain? Yes, yes, yes. But how do you know? I mean, what I mean is you still can't trust the Russians to abide by whatever deal is reached. Right? If I were Putin and they took down the mines, first thing I'd do would be take Odessa. I mean. It absolutely could be. The only problem, I mean, it could be. But they better have gotten something good in exchange, and I'm not convinced. I think if anything, they got a promise that after 10 days, we're not gonna keep cutting off Germany after 10 days this time. That's my guess. But I do have rooibos. I need to make some. I do have some rooibos. Oh my. Well, this was a fun day. I hate that. It kind of throws me for a loop when that happens. No, because I'm still in the back of my head. I'm totally worried about this. This is what they did last time. They're going to zap me again. They're going to zap me again, and we're going to have to go through this all over again. Where everybody's going to have to complain to them, and I've got the email address to write them. I mean, it's the exact same thing. Hateful behavior. Come on. Okay, you know what? Hold on one sec. This thing's starting to drive me nuts, Tyson. It keeps every 3 minutes it's bubbling, but I don't need the water anymore. So there we go. All right. Good enough. There we go. The trolls are a joke. Yeah, well, I mean, it's not resolved. I mean, there's nothing to resolve at this point. I'm back. Yeah, let's do the recap. I mean, I'm back. Now, what's interesting is that hot tea was enough to improve my voice a lot, which is really interesting. Be strong like the Ukrainians. That's a very good point, Danette. That's a good way to put it. Thank you, Melissa. And thank you, by the way, for all the gifts, Melissa. You've been lovely. All right, let me help Aflac over on TikTok. Exactly, the full moon, and it's weird. I mean, it really improved my voice a lot with the heat. It's really interesting, which again makes me suspect it's the allergy thing and everything else. Who knows? Okay, I started out talking about how new video is out of the Uvalde cops, where the 19 children were murdered, showing the cops sitting on their butts for 100 and what is it? 77 minutes. Excuse me, 1 hour and 11 minutes. Oh yeah, my backup's fine. I was in my backup already. Ukraine destroyed another 5 Russian ammunition depots today. They destroyed 6 yesterday using the HIMARS rockets that we've provided, the UK has provided. And Nova Kakhovka, another important town, is now on fire. My backup is Aravosis Backup. One word, Aravosis Backup. So you can find it and you'll know it's me, because there's only one video, and the video is me talking about the name of my backup, and I literally say the name so you can see that it's the same name in case somebody steals my backup, because somebody might steal my backup video, and we don't want that. You have videos of the destruction, of my destruction, or of the ammunition depots. So anyway, yeah, they're doing very well, and there's another town on fire that was on fire a few days ago, which could be another depot, or it could be another Russian army base. The European Commission is allowing the Russians to transit sanctioned goods across Kaliningrad because they caved. Germany is going to stop buying Russian coal on August 1st and Russian oil on December 31st. Ukraine says it has nothing to discuss in peace talks with Russia. Good for them. The European Union won't recognize Russian passports issued to Ukrainian citizens in occupied territories. A Belarusian border guard snuck into Ukraine claiming he wants to fight for Ukraine. So the Ukrainians are doing an investigation to determine if the guy's for real or if he's a spy or a nut, but hopefully he's for real. Putin is refusing to return 400 aircraft that the Russians leased from Western companies. People in the town of Popasna in Luhansk in eastern Ukraine are being forced to go to Russia if they try to leave the town. The only option they're being given is to leave the town and go to Russia, where, of course, they're basically being held hostage. And finally, as we mentioned earlier, the Russians and the Ukrainians are having talks with the Turks about opening up the grain sales, the grain export by boat via Odessa in the south. The problem is, well, anyway, that's it. I don't want to go through the problem again because that's more like telling you the whole story. So they're negotiating. I don't think anything's going to come of it. I will say this: I don't think anything's going to come of it because somebody has to make security guarantees to Ukraine that if Russia breaks the deal and invades Odessa, they're going to war over it. And there ain't no country in the world going to war to defend Ukraine. We've already learned that one over the last 5 months for sure. That was our big lesson in sadness there. That's interesting. Elise says now I'm yawning. Elise says the stolen airplanes won't be able to fly outside of Russia without maintenance certificates. That's good. That's good. Yeah, cute Frank. Where are we at? NATO ships should provide guarantees. Yes, they should. Inspired Woman, thanks for the fireworks. Obviously, thanks for those as well. Well, I mean, at this point, we don't need to contact TikTok yet. But if it gets blocked, share the word, But I think at this point, let's wait and see. TikTok seems to be responsive because clearly it was BS last time. Also, even better, I'm going to then grab this picture that shows that I was that it let me on again. Because now the thing is, it may also screw up what it did last time too. It had this lingering screw up where it wouldn't let me schedule lives, but I could actually go live just by going live. So that's a whole other issue we'll have to deal with. Anyway. Turkey, Russia, and Iran. Turkey just needs to watch itself. Turkey really needs to watch itself, I mean, you got off TikTok and took 12 times to get back on. Yeah, that's not very good. It's not very good. My beard looks better. My beard was cut off. This is me clean shaven. My beard looks better. Anyway, yeah, hopefully, I don't know. Drone attack. You just missed the recap. I just did it. Yep. I have no update on Taiwan. Is something going on with Taiwan that I missed? You're just trying to get me to talk about topics that are going to get me banned on TikTok? Is that what you're after? Oh my. Yeah, I saw the NASA photos. They were. I was kind of looking for more, but they were nice. I saw that Syndicate. Syndicate was showing me there seems to be an auction function on Discord, which I wasn't aware of. I have no idea how that works. I was going to call you, but then we were 2 hours before the show. And at that point, I like to start to get ready for the show. Sasha's fine. Sasha was not doing nice yesterday. She was terrified because of the thunderstorm. I wasn't consoling her because she was sitting here jumping on me. So then she went into my bathroom and proceeded to have a bowel movement, get it all over herself. And I came in with her panting and her feet, all of this, completely covered, disgusting. And I felt so bad. So I took her, gave her a bath, which she wasn't thrilled about, but the bath broke her out of her funk. So at least then she was in a good mood. And then thank God there wasn't another sound of thunder, because it was horrible. It was absolutely horrible. I felt so bad. Oh, okay, Syndicate. Well, all right, fill me in on those details offline, Syndicate, and we can see. Oh, Nathan's favorite people are back. The only thing is they don't even have a link. Oh, maybe they do have a link. They don't even have a link. What do they think they're getting? I don't get it. Oh, well, they're gone now. It's Nathan. Thank you, frankincense. Let me see here. Somebody's saying the Ukrainian World Congress has gone to court to issue an injunction on the Canadian government to send the turbines. That's interesting. I would be worried they wouldn't have any jurisdiction, would be my concern. You know? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't think there's any jurisdiction for them to do it. And not jurisdiction, but also what's the legal argument? You know? I hope they succeed, you know, but I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced. But, you know, again, I'd hope they could succeed. Oh, Aflac. Whenever they put the duck on TikTok, we all scream Aflac. Well, I scream. Everybody else writes it. The mug my sister found on Amazon somewhere. Why don't you Google "I stand with Ukraine" coffee mug on Amazon? I'm going to look right now, see if you can find it. Although, if you can, I should probably. Oh, hold on, Amazon. I should probably set up a link so at least I can send you guys as an affiliate. Let me see. Oops. Stop it. This is my laptop. I hate my laptop. I stand with Ukraine mug. Oh, I didn't find it. I found a different one. Ew. Oh, there it is. Well, is that it? Oh, that is it. Yeah. Yeah. Let me grab my affiliate link and I will share it with all of you. Let me do that. Hang on. Where's my affiliate? Text. All right. Get link. All right. All right. Syndicate. Thank you for the train. Who did that? Netlin. Thank you, Netlin. Syndicate. I'm going to share this. Oops. Hold on. I got to copy it again. I didn't copy. You know, things don't always copy. Copy. And I'm going to share this here. And if you can maybe go and share that, that's the link to the coffee mug on Amazon. If one of you can share that link over on TikTok for everybody, and that way it's my affiliate link, which is nice. Ukrainian donations, $53,000, but we haven't been raising any money in a while. We haven't been raising money for maybe even a month now, 3 weeks, a month. But the total is about 53,000 that we've raised. Oops. Wait a moment, then try again. So Facebook didn't like me sharing the link. Oh, maybe because I didn't put. Hold on. This is let me try this. The coffee mug. The Ukraine coffee mug. I'm going to try sharing it like this and see if Facebook gets less upset. It might, though. It may be the same anger issues on Facebook. But yeah, like I said, if somebody, maybe I didn't even see it. If somebody can share it over on YouTube, that would be nice. Are on Facebook trees around you, John? John Sarge? I don't know what was that English? I have no idea what that was, John Sarge. You speak English better than that. Yeah, I'll add it to my beacons. Oh, actually, I will add it to my beacons right now. I keep forgetting, like, I can do all of this. Hang on. I can multitask while we're doing this. Also, we're at the end of the show anyway now where I just hang out anyway. So let me add it to my beacons link. Hang on. Links. I'm going to say Ukraine coffee mug. And there's the link. And now, there you go. Now it's live. And actually, I'm going to grab a picture. And I can put the picture there. I think I can. I sound like the train. Oops. Here we go. Do that. There we go. All right. Now I'm going to upload a little thingy of the picture. Sorry, guys. Just doing this while I chat with you. Since, as I said, we're just hanging out now. Oh, I could do that. Is that too? No, that's not too big. That's all right. All right. It's small, but, well, hold on. That's not a very good picture. Let me delete and do it again. One moment. I guess I'll just grab a picture of the logo. Maybe that's enough to give folks a sense of what it is. There we go. Oh, that's actually much better. Okay, now check out the beacons link. There you go. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Okay. I mean, the TikTok folks, you guys got it anyway. But for the folks over on YouTube, but for the folks over on TikTok, if you go to my profile and click the link in my profile, it'll take you to a lot of different options, including the link for my my t-shirt, my t-shirt and my t-shirt and the mug. Now, I did not create the t-shirt and the mug, of course. Although actually, I probably should create a t-shirt and a mug, probably with your guys' help. Might as well do my own, right? You did miss the rehab, Snowy. Sorry about that. What else? Oh, that's cute, Moonbeams. That's very funny. Oh, that's funny, Laka. That's cute. It is cute. I know. I don't know if I can do. The problem with Boris and Natasha are they're owned by somebody else. I thought about that. They're owned by somebody else. Yeah. So I don't think I can do Boris and Natasha. Excuse me. Mods. What's going on? Are the crazies back? Is Zenna Solo still missing? God, I hope not. Oh, my shirt. This is the shirt. It's my wonderful Ukraine. And I like because it actually fits decently, which is shocking for a t-shirt that you find online. And it's got a really good coverage of the area. Like it's got most of the places I talk about when I'm talking about places in Ukraine. It's kind of wild, you know? I did, Nathan. Yep. I talked about it earlier. Actually, I talked about it as the start of the show. Yep. Hold on here. Anyway, probably not Shane. That might be a little creepy, but thank you. It's very sweet of you, yet creepy. Oh God, the moose and squirrel. Oh, I know. Yeah. We need an SNN coffee mug. We're going to do some mugs with the kids' drawings and things. Although the kids' drawings, we've got to see because they might be too small. We got to see about that. You know, Yulia's on next, I think. She's usually on 9:30. What time is she on? Oh, so people were asking about tomorrow. I'm still probably not going to do. Well, I say tomorrow. I think if tomorrow it's during prime time, we could do a watch party and skip the Ukraine update potentially. Let me see here. Let me see if it's on prime time. January 6th hearings or committee. All right, let's go. Because the January 6th committee always has what time it is on their website. The only problem, oh no, there's no upcoming hearings. They're not having a hearing tomorrow. They were going to. Not yet, they're not. Tomorrow's canceled. It was moved to next week. Yeah. Yep. Nothing scheduled yet. So it's got to be for next week then. And they haven't announced next week yet. But hang on. What was I looking at here? Yeah, there's nothing here in the news as to. Well, this is interesting. Interesting. Any case, yeah. So nothing yet. No, I mean, typically they do that though when they've got more information coming in and that kind of thing. So they want to delay a little bit because they've got something else they're working on. So it's not necessarily suspicious. I'm not too worried about it. SNN sounds like the other one. No, we'll have to do a Sasha News Network shirt and mug. We've got to do a number of different ones. I am not a designer, so I wouldn't. I mean, Syndicate, I don't remember if you're a designer or not. I keep forgetting because you certainly can do more image stuff than I can. But I wouldn't mind getting, well, we're going to need to design a couple different things. Like I said, the Sasha News Network, a couple other stuff. Possibly a shirt that says Russia is losing, dude. Which I'd wear that one. Yeah, the kids' drawings, we're definitely going to do the shirts for those. Absolutely, positively. That for sure. For sure. Oh, Spoko, your English is great. Thank you. We thank you for thanking us. I'm glad it's helping. It needs to help more, but I'm glad it's helping. But yeah, your English is very good. Mostly logos and illustration. Yeah, exactly. TikTok, you're making t-shirts. Hateful behavior. It's like, oh God. If you were leading the charge, how would you get a third party? I don't know that I believe in third parties, to be honest. Assume real conditions. I mean, the problem is the third party is just going to get us Republicans winning, or the crazies. There can be good Republicans, but I mean, the crazies are going to win if we have a third party. It all depends. If it's a third party that's to the right, it takes from Republicans. If it's a third party to the left, it takes away from Democrats, and then Republicans win. First, I don't know how you do it in America, but also it scares me. Yeah, some guy named Petrov thinks he's going to join our chat. Oh, I don't know. What do you think? Should I let a stranger named Petrov join our chat? Huh. Like, he sounds nice, Mr. Petrov. Nothing fishy about that name. So, okay. Jeez. I guess somebody must fall for that stuff. I wouldn't do my portrait, thank you, but I would do Zelensky. Wouldn't that be cool? Ukrainian coin with his portrait. I appreciate it, but Petrov. Petrov is actually Putin. Exactly. Vlad's pissed. He's here and he's pissed. Oh, Zelensky, I think, would be cool. I think definitely doing some Zelensky stuff would be cool. Yeah. I mean, we don't want to overdo it because we don't want to be, well, I think since, thank you, Mac, since, most of the money would be going back to Ukraine. I mean, at this point with the merchandise, I talked to Vlad about it actually yesterday. And at this point with the merchandise, I'm probably going to have a portion of the merchandise go to frankly support me because I'm not making anything anymore doing this. And I've got to have income to do this. This is to the degree I'm doing it, but also possibly to help Vlad as well. I mean, because he trashed his car and he needs some help. But I even mentioned about raising some money for him, and he was like, and okay, let me tell you this. Vlad crashed his car. Vlad's my friend in Ukraine who's helping us coordinate all the fundraising there for the humanitarian aid. Vlad crashes his car, he tells me yesterday. And I said, I can ask folks, I said, you've been really helpful. You're kind of a friend. They might be willing just to chip in to help you out because you've been doing great stuff. And you know what he said to me? He said, no, you know what we need? And he told me there is a city near Izium. I doubt Izium is on my map. Probably not. Izium is east, and there's a city there that near there that people are in real trouble. There's a lot of refugees. They don't have medicine. I mean, they're in real trouble. And what Vlad wants to do, he said they calculated it all out. They need like $3,000 to help 40 people. Again, these are these are small things we're doing, but the 40 people, and I told him, I said, you know what? Let's put it up. I mean, I know, fundraising is getting harder and harder because people's interest is waning. But I said, you know what? Let's put it up. And if you can get me photos, if the people feel comfortable, of course, but if you can get me photos, and actually what would really be helpful is, here's little Vladislav, age 5, who can't get his his asthma medicine, your donations will be going to do that, for example. But giving a few examples like that, I think would be very touching and helpful in any case. But hopefully we're going to do it. But my point is, I asked Vlad about maybe let's raise a little bit of money to help Vlad out. And Vlad said, no, we need to raise it for this town. So, God bless him. The guy is a saint, So in any case, we'll, like I said, we'll set something up in the next few days. Vlad was checking. I told him to pull together the information because I myself would like to see if we're asking for 3,000. I want to know what it's for. Thank you, Purnell. I mean, I'd like to know we're looking at 1,000 for medicine. We're looking at another 1,000 for something else. But I'd like the breakdown myself, and frankly, it helps you guys as well. Anyway, he's seeing what he can get. Yeah, it could be insulin. Who knows what it is, But yeah, he's a good guy. I was very impressed that he said that. I was like, okay, So, and it'd be nice. I mean, we haven't fundraised since we did the gasoline one. Although the gasoline one ended up doing pretty well. Like we said, we got 3,500. Nathan and Lucy chipped in 1,500. You guys chipped in 2,000 across the board, which was great. So, I'll let you know. I'll let you know when Vlad gets back to me with the information. So we will worry about it then. Anyway, what, are the bad guys back again? They're really not letting it go, are they? I know what it is. They saw my mug. Maybe that's what happened. The thing is, I like references like this because the references are so obscure. Like, I had a troll the other day. I had a couple of them. And the troll said something, and they were once again in the comments on TikTok. They were trying to do that thing they do where they're trying, like I said, they're trying to be American and stuff. And he had said something kind of slangy. So I responded kind of slangy. And he didn't understand. And I was like, bye-bye. It was like, nailed you. But it was the funniest thing. Totally didn't get my comment. It was just, nah. Well, I hope the cup's microwavable because I microwave it. So, I mean, I've been microwaving it. That's all I can tell you. I don't know. I would never want to swear to you, but it works for me. So, oh, that's nice. Okay. Charity in the UK helping out for diabetes. That's nice. Oh, that's nice, John. Yeah, let me I don't remember. Are we following each other on Twitter? I don't recall who you are on Twitter. I follow I try not to follow too many people, but I still think I follow 2,000 to 3,000 people on Twitter. So there's no way for me to just find people unless I know your handle. So give me your handle, John Hoover, and my sipping bottle. My sipping bottle is over there because the thank you for that, Kanowski. The rubber in it kind of pisses me off when this happens with plastic. It's got a little mildew smell that won't go away. And it got it sitting on my counter or something. I don't know how, because every night I rinse it and dry it. I leave it out to dry. Somehow it stayed wet and got a smell, and I've been trying to get rid of it, and I haven't been terribly successful. I'm not very happy here. So, we'll see. But it's drying. I use it for my coffee. It's drying again, but yesterday I just put it in some bleach overnight, not strong bleach, but bleach to see if that would do it. But I've had very poor luck before when that happens with wait, hang on. Let me look, John. I'll look right now and see if I can find you. Oh, yeah, it's horrible. I've also got a very good sense of smell for those kind of things, which really sucks. Because I will smell it. If something picks up a smell, I'll smell it. Very annoying. Let me see. Well, there you are. I see you. Okay. Gotcha, John. All right. Yeah, let me actually, you know what? I will also send you a message. Where is this? Oh, here it is. Let me just send you a message so that you're in my direct messages so I can find you later. There we go. Okay. That way I can find you later, which will help. But vinegar can work. Okay, that's good to know. If it's still smelling, I'll try that. I'll try that. No, somebody else just mentioned vinegar too. Vinegar and baking soda, I would be afraid the combination would like make it explode or something. Baby sterilizer solution. Oh, that's a funny idea. That's funny. Well, let's see how it is now. Next up, I'll try vinegar. Yeah, I've got white vinegar, exactly. And I can see what that does. Because, yeah, it's gross, and it can be hard to get out, you know? Well, that's my only concern is whether white vinegar, well, not exactly, not with that, but whether white vinegar could leave a vinegar taste, which I don't want in the rubber either, you know? Lemon juice, I wouldn't mind the flavor as much, you know? Baking soda and water. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, well, no, I know not enough. I know mixing the two is bad news. That I know. That's how we made volcanoes when we were kids, and it's how you can still try to clean your sink. Vinegar won't leave a taste. Well, that's interesting. Okay, that's interesting. Well, and the baking soda is interesting as well for, just like you said, baking soda and water. Well, let me see. Let me see if I can pull it off. Oh, thumbs. Man, like everything's going wrong. All right, guys, let's call it quits. It's 7:40, almost 7:40. So smell goes away. Okay. Yeah, maybe I'll try vinegar even now since I have a funny feeling the bleach thing isn't going to do enough. Whiskey and coffee. Yeah, it seems whiskey seems to cure every problem, it seems. Good night, John Sarge. Whiskey seems to cure every dilemma in this crowd. So, oh, that's interesting. Okay. It's how Russia makes missiles, exactly. But no, I'll try the vinegar first. Let me try the vinegar first. So I didn't even think of sunlight. That's kind of funny. That's kind of funny. Vinegar and baking soda. Okay. All right, guys, let me go. I already recapped. I recapped earlier. You missed it. You missed it. All right. And thank you. Thank you, Purnell, for that. We all keep forgetting about that one. And yeah, tomorrow we'll do the same thing, 6 o'clock tomorrow. Okay. And since there's no hearing till next week, we're good. All right. Goodbye, Muddy Twitchers. Thank you, Moonbeams. Everybody else. All right. Bye, guys. Thank you, mods, as always.